Hayes. 6-foot tall senior number 11.
And we welcome you to R.A. Fagno Hall on the campus of Elmhurst College as we get set for Blue Jay basketball. Tonight, the Blue Jays entertain the Beavers from Blackburn College. And a very pleasant good evening, everyone, and welcome. My name is Mark Kruger, delighted to bring you Blue Jay basketball here tonight. The Blue Jays with a season-opening win on Saturday night, knocking off Benedictine 83-76. So they come into tonight with a record of 1-0. Meanwhile, Blackburn is 1-2 on the year. The Beavers were just introduced, and now let's go to the public address announcer, Bruce Hill, for the introduction to the Blue Jays. For John Baines, Jake Rody, Ryan Patton back from last year. A great backcourt. Derek Dotlich, Jeremy Ireland, Pavlos Marakis, the senior out of Athens, Greece. The starting five for the Blue Jays. Elmhurst in the home white. Meanwhile, Blackburn in the traveling black jerseys. The starting five for Steve Kohler's Beavers. Carson Hayes, Duncan King, Will Pierce, Nigel Farrell, and Christian Wagner. The guy to look out for the Beavers, Carson Hayes, is averaging 28 points per game for the Beavers. Blackburn, by the way, with 4 players averaging in double figures. Blackburn averaging 99 points per game through their first 3 games of this young season. Of course, Elmhurst put up 83 last Saturday to knock off Benedictine, as I mentioned, 83-76. Your 3 officials tonight: John Savranik, Bill Nikitas, and Rich Driscoll. Tip controlled by the Blue Jays, and we're off and running here in Elmhurst. Glad to have you logged on to BlueJayTV.com. My name is Mark Kruger, delighted to bring you Blue Jay basketball. Of course, the Blue Jays, as they try to get it inside to Marakis, but he was fouled. Foul is on Carson Hayes, so the leading scorer for the Beavers picks up his first personal foul 16 seconds into the contest. Rody trying to get it into Dotlich, and he tracks it down. Getting it inside to Marakis, and he puts it in off the glass. So you can see right away the Blue Jays trying to establish Pavlos down on the block, and Marakis with the first field goal of the night. Blue Jays up 2-0. Up top, this is Hayes. Dotlich guarding him. Well, actually, the Blue Jays are in a zone. From the elbow shot, no good. Put back, no good. Second attempt, no good by Wagner. Ball tapped around, and it's Farrell. And a free ball good by Hayes. As I mentioned, averaging 28 points per game. Rody, yes. Jake Rody in that win against Benedictine. What a game he had. 28 points and 10 rebounds, a double-double. 3 ball again by Hayes. Boy, oh boy. Hayes with 2 3-pointers already. He's got 6. Ireland inside to Marakis. Skip pass over to Dotlich. He'll launch the 3. Short. Marakis battling for it. Dotlich trying to save it. It's going to go to the Beavers. The Blue Jays here at R.A. Fagin Hall last year, went 7-5 here at home. Non-conference, of course, the Blue Jays out of the CCIW, the College Conference of Illinois and Wisconsin. Meanwhile, Blackburn College out of the SLIAC, the St. Louis Intercollegiate Athletic Conference. 3-ball attempt by Farrell, front of the rim, no. Rebound by Ryan Pat. Jeremy Ireland, left baseline. Back of the iron, no good. Hayes with the rebound. Hayes works around the screen, pulls up from the free throw line, and almost banked it in. We got a whistle, and the foul is going to be on, and I believe it's going to be on Will Pierce, the sophomore, yes. So 2 fouls of the game are on Blackburn, 1 on Pierce, 1 on Hayes. 1-point lead for the visiting Beavers. Mentioned John Baines in his 6th year as the head coach. Comes in with a record of 78 wins and 55 losses. Coach Baines, of course, a long-time assistant to Mark Scherer. 10 years he was an assistant to Coach Scherer. That 3-ball is off by Pat. Meanwhile, Steve Kohler in his 4th year as the head coach of the Beavers. Here's a 3-ball by Pierce. Back of the iron, no good, and the rebound to Maracas. Well, Blackburn, you can kind of see it. They'll launch the threes all night long. Speaking of threes, Ireland's 3 is good. Each team with 2 triples. Jeremy on the board. Of course, last year, Jeremy is 2nd team all-conference performer. Led the team in scoring and rebounding. Transfer from North Central College. Pull-up jumper, back to the iron, and getting the kind roll is Farrell. Back to Ireland, he averaged nearly 15 points per game and 8.5 rebounds for the Blue Jays a year ago. And his senior year, he looks to have a big season. Him and Rhodey. Nice little 1-2 combination. Rhodey off the glass. Speaking of which, Jake Rhodey with his 2nd field goal. 10-8. The Blue Jays up by 2, looking good at both ends of the floor to start this game are the Blue Jays. Duncan King, he's the other guy to watch out for. Dumps it inside to Pierce, missed the shot. Maracas got the rebound. Duncan King is a senior. He's averaging over 19 points per game. Jay Militello is a freshman coming into the game for the Blue Jays. Also Levon Thomas, the sophomore, into the game for the Blue Jays. And for Blackburn, number 24, Tim Marston, 6'4" sophomore from Murfreesboro, Illinois. Opening moments of the first half. Wow, that 3-ball is good. 3rd triple. Check that. That was Duncan King with the 3-ball. His first 3 points of the game. Duncan King had 16 points in that season opening win against St. Louis Pharmacy. That shot good by Militello. So Jay coming off the bench, the freshman from Elmwood Park, Illinois, went to Fenwick. Excellent program there, blocked. Pinned against the backboard there by Thomas. Ireland at the elbow, takes a dribble, leans in, and draws the foul. So Jeremy Ireland will come to the line here to shoot 2. Foul is on Bryson Kirby, 6'2" sophomore from Lincoln, Illinois. And Ireland connects on the free throw. Jeremy now with 4. He'll have 1 more. .35 remaining here in this first half. Ireland connects on the 2 free throws. Him and Rhodey each have 5 points. 14-11, Blue Jays by 3. To tie it, 3 ball is no good, and over the back, Tim Marston will get called for the foul. His first. Austin Brown into the game for the Blue Jays, along with Nick Perry. Derek Dottage back into the game as well. John Baines not as deep as last year. Last year, a lot of young players, and they have matured. Blue Jays lost just 1 senior from last year. Meanwhile, the Beavers lost 4 seniors to graduation. Here's Nick Perry, the sophomore. Brown at the top, bounce pass inside to Thomas, makes the baseline move off the glass and in. Lavon Thomas, 6'5", 275-pound sophomore, and he uses that weight very, very effectively down on the block. Pull-up jumper by Aldridge is no good. Chance Aldridge is a freshman. He averages a dozen points per game coming off the bench for the Beavers. Into the game also now for Blackburn is Randy Love, a 6'1" freshman from St. Louis, Missouri. 16-11. The Blue Jays by 5. Skip pass over here to Dotlich. Dotlich splits the defenders and in the process travels. Rare turnover for either team here. 13:34 remaining here in this first half. Second home game of the season for the Blue Jays. They were victorious here on Saturday night against the Eagles of Benedictine University, 83-76. Season opening win. For the Blue Jays again with a tough non-conference schedule as that 3 ball by Aldridge is no good. Into the corner off of Blackburn, it'll be Blue Jay basketball. As I mentioned, the Blue Jays out of the CCIW, and in the preseason men's coaches poll, the Blue Jays were picked to finish 5th in the league. Of course, a lot of great teams in the CCIW. Inside is Thomas. Tip in by Thomas, no. Kick it out. Nice pass inside off the glass and in by Austin Brown. Of course, Augustana and Illinois Wesleyan, the 2 co-champions last year, picked to finish 1 and 2. Wheaton and North Central will be up there as well. And I mentioned Elmhurst picked to finish 5th. 3 ball there is good by Rashawn Amos. Amos can get it done, 6-foot junior, averaging nearly 14 points per game. Skip pass over in the corner, Brown. Inside basket is good by Jay Militello. So Jay, the freshman, with a couple of field goals, and it's 20-14. Blue Jays by 6. Baseline drive and the kick out. That 3 ball again is off by Aldridge. Austin at the free throw line. Dotlich leans in and makes the shot. Derek's his first 2 points of the game. 7 different Blue Jays have scored now. 11:43 to go here in the first half. 22-14, Blue Jays with the lead. If you've just logged on, the drive by Aldridge, and he was fouled. So Chance Aldridge will come to the line here to shoot 2. Local kid out of Hillside, Illinois, went to St. Joe's under the legendary coach Gene Pingatore over there in St. Joe's. First trip to the foul line for the Beavers. For Aldridge, his first point of the night. Into the game for the Beavers is number 21, Jemiah Wyatt, a 6'6" senior out of Chicago, went to Uplift. Second free throw is good by Aldridge. 22-16, Blue Jays with the lead. 11 and a half left in the first half. Dutledge thought about the three. Skip pass, attempted skip pass was picked off by Kirby. 3-ball attempt. Amos is good. Rashawn Amos connecting on the three. That's the fourth triple by the Beavers. And it's 22-19. And another steal, this one by Amos. Aldridge on the penetration, back out to Amos. His three, rimming no, and the rebound pulled down by Thomas. Quickly ahead, Militello up top. Thomas, he'll launch the triple. No good. Loose ball, here's Perry. And it's going to be an offensive foul. Wave off the bucket. Offensive foul on Nick Perry. Well, take another look at it here. See Perry, and good job by the defender. Offensive foul, good call by the official. So Perry will come out. Jake Rohde back into the game for the Blue Jays. Pavlos Marakis. Jeremy Ireland back in. Second unit doing a good job. Blue Jays by 3, 22-19. Aldridge kicks it out. Here's a 3-ball attempt by Kirby, and it's good. Wow. We can see now why the Beavers are averaging 99 points per game. Kirby left wide open for the triple. That is the 5th triple of the half for the Beavers. So we're tied at 22. Boy, the Blue Jays are going to have to extend themselves defensively. 10 on the shot clock. Rohde at the free throw line. Defender fell down. The floater off the glass, no. Marakis battling for the rebound, and he got fouled. Good effort by Pavlos, battling on the offensive glass. Take another look at it. The miss by Rohde, and there's Pavlos. Brought the ball down, and he got fouled by Chance Aldridge. His first. It's the 5th team foul, only 2 team fouls for Elmhurst as Dotledge gets free and lays it in. That breaks the tie, 24-22 Blue Jays. 4 substitutions ready to come in for the Beavers. Aldridge trying to create some space, he does, and he got fouled. So Chance Aldridge will come back to the line here to shoot 2. Jake Rohde will get called for the personal. That is his first and the 3rd team foul. Aldridge misses that one. He'll have one more. Farrell back into the game. Hayes as well. Christian Wagner into the game as well. Also Jemiah Wyatt, but there is a timeout, a 30-second timeout taken by John Baines. 9:34, fast-paced first half here. Take a look at John Baines there, running a play for the Blue Jays. 9:34 left to play here in the first half. 24-22, leading the way for the Blue Jays. Rohde, Dotledge. Rohde has 5, Ireland has 5, Dotledge with 4. Militello off the bench with a couple of field goals. Hayes has a couple of 3 balls for the Beavers. Amos off the bench with 5. Blue Jays will be on the road November 24th at Buena Vista, 3 o'clock tip-off. Then they'll be at University of Wisconsin Wabash on November 28th. That is a 6 o'clock Central tip-off. The next home game for the Blue Jays, as Aldridge connects on the second free throw, will be December 1st against University of Wisconsin Oshkosh. That will be a 4 o'clock tip-off. So circle that on your calendar, December 1st, here at R.A. Fagino Hall. Blue Jays and UW Oshkosh. That should be a great non-conference battle. 4 o'clock tip-off. Steal, 3-ball attempt by King is no good. The rebound, Ryan Patton. So it's 24-23. The Blue Jays by 1. Popping out Marakis. Tough man-to-man defense by the Beavers. 13 on the shot clock. Rohde at the top, guarded by Farrell. Rohde stops at the elbow. Off into the corner, the three ball by Dotlage is good. He fell down, but didn't get the call, but he got the bucket. A three ball for Derek. 4-point lead. 27-23. And an offensive foul is going to be called here against the Beavers. It'll be on Duncan King. His first, it's a 16 foul. So after Carson Hayes hit a couple of three balls early on in this game, he's been held in check. The Blue Jays have done a nice job on him defensively. The other player, Duncan King, averaging nearly 20 points per game, has the one three ball as well. He's got 3 points. All right, here's Jake Rohde. Had a knee injury. See the right knee. But had a fine season last year. As I mentioned, the CCIW Freshman of the Year last year. Dotlage with the triple off the front of the rim, no good. And the rebound pulled down by Farrell, and Rohde tied him up. Good hands by Jake Rohde, alternate possession going to the Beavers. 8:19 left to play here in the first half. Glad to have you aboard. BlueJayTV.com. Mark Kruger, delighted to bring you Blue Jay basketball here tonight. Nice bounce pass inside to Farrell. Kicks it out. The three ball by King is good. So Duncan King with his second triple. King and Hayes each with 2 threes. And now pressure by the Beavers. 1-point lead for the Blue Jays, 27-26. Rohde looks over. John Baines holding up his right hand. Popping out here to the left is Dotlage. Bounce pass to Rohde. Working against Farrell. Goes baseline, has his shot blocked by Wyatt. Beavers quickly in the attack. Hayes in the open floor. A little too strong off the glass, a whistle and a foul. I think they might hit Jeremy on this one. I think he went over the back. They're staying at this end of the floor. It is indeed on Jeremy Ireland. His first. It's the 4th team foul, so Jemiah Wyatt, the senior, coming to the line here. He'll have a pair. It's the first, he'll have one more. Wyatt averaging a dozen points per game. Or check that, I'm sorry, 6 points per game for the 6'6" senior. Also averaging 6 rebounds per game. Nothing but net on both free throws for Wyatt. Beavers, by the way, 5 of 6 as a team from the free throw line. Blackburn by 1, 28-27. Dotlage gives it up to Rohde. Well played first half by both teams. Very competitive. Should be a good finish here tonight. Rohde on the penetration. Ireland will launch the triple. Rohde tracks it down to the corner, trying to save it, and he does up top to Patton. Here's Ireland. Dotlage, the defender falls down. Dotlage falls down. They're calling a block. Foul will be on Carson Hayes. Good movement, and you see Dotlage down on the block. Hayes goes down, not much contact there. Good no call by the official. And that'll bring Derek Dotlage to the line. 84% free throw shooter last year. One of the top shooters on the team. Had 44 three balls a year ago. 4th in scoring, averaged over 10 points per game. Had 14 in that win against Benedictine University. Rattles around and out, no good. So it's still a 1-point Blackburn lead, 6:40 remaining in the half. Farrell on the drive. Kicking it out. Amos will take the triple. No good. Good box out by Ireland. Here's Rohde. 28-27, Blackburn College. Rody on the drive, the teardrop, back of the iron, no good. Rebound taken down by Wyatt. Good hustle by Rody, couldn't quite get there, and Farrell will get the layup. So another bucket in transition by the Beavers, and it's a 3-point lead. Largest lead of the night for Blackburn. Under 6 minutes to go here in the half. Rody looking to work around a Thomas screen. Passes it off to Thomas. Bounce pass Ireland. Passed up on the 8-footer. Went inside. Missed the shot. Dotlich is put back. No. The tip in. No good by Thomas, and he was fouled. Well, there's the open shot. I thought Jeremy probably should have took that one. Instead took it in, and the Blue Jays doing a good job of bagging the offensive glass. And Levon Thomas, the sophomore, uses his wide body, and he will shoot two. Christian Wagner, the freshman, with the foul, his first. Free throw good by Thomas. He will have one more. Back in the game is Jay Militello, the freshman for the Blue Jays. And for the Beavers, Bryson Kirby returns. One more here for Thomas. This to bring the Blue Jays to within one. Missed the shot, rebound to Farrell. Blue Jays 3 of 5 as a team from the foul line so far here in the first half. 5.5 left. Three ball by Kirby, that's no good. Another rebound by Thomas. Rody into the front court quickly. Picks up his dribble, gets double teamed, and he calls a timeout. So Jake Rody was double teamed, didn't really have an outlet, and he calls a timeout here. 30-second timeout, 5:08 left in the first half. Of course, a couple days away from Thanksgiving, and from all of us here at BlueJayTV.com and Elmhurst College, certainly like to wish you and yours a very happy Thanksgiving. I know I'm looking forward to the turkey leg and my sister's pumpkin pie. I'm not really much of a sweet tooth, but I will get 2 slices from her pumpkin pie. You know, one thing I noticed about Thanksgiving is as you get older, the post-meal nap gets a little longer. I'm up to like about 2 hours now on my post-meal nap. So, hope you enjoy your Thanksgiving with friends and family. After the timeout here, Militello brings it up top to Rody. Approaching the 5-minute mark of this first half. Thomas on the penetration, lost it, but he was fouled. And they're saying it was in the act of shooting, so Thomas back to the free throw line. Take another look at it here. Nice drive to the hoop by Thomas. And there was the foul right there, as Thomas did indeed go airborne. Foul, by the way, was on Aldridge, his second. So Thomas hits the free throw, and now one more to tie the game. Exactly 5 minutes to go in the half, and we are deadlocked at 30. Three-ball attempt by Farrell is good. So Nigel Farrell drills the triple. He's got 7. It's a 3-point lead for Blackburn. The 7th three-ball of the half for the Beavers. 33-30. Rody. Bounce pass to Ireland. 9 on the shot clock. 3-ball attempt by Dotlich, rattles in. Derek Dotlich with his second triple of the half. He's in double figures with 10, and we're tied at 33. Threes are wild on the scoreboard here at R.A. Fang Hall. Another triple attempt by Farrell, back of the iron, no good. Good rebound by Dotlich. Derek will take it up himself. Under 4 minutes to go in the half. Rhodey penetrates, nice dish off to Thomas, off the glass, count it, and he was fouled. So Levon Thomas coming up big down low, nice penetration by Rhodey. And the assist to Thomas Amos, picking up the foul, and a chance now for Thomas to complete the three-point play. Blue Jays by 3 now. 8 points for Levon Thomas here in the first half. 36-33 Blue Jays. Boy, Rhodey's penetration has been a key. That shot missed. Ireland with the rebound. Here's Dotlich. Over to Rhodey. Jake getting double teamed. Coming up now is Dotlich. Boy, every time Rhodey gets the ball, that was knocked out of bounds by Kirby. It seems like every time Jake gets the ball, he is getting double teamed. Wagner back into the game for the Beavers. Also, Jemiah Wyatt back into the game for the Blue Jays. Austin Brown, number 25, returns for head coach John Baines. 15 on the shot clock. Bounce pass to Thomas. Thomas double teamed and a foul. Well, they're going to call Thomas with the foul. All right, Aldridge double teamed and got the steal, and Thomas fouled him. So for Levon, that's his first. It's just the 15th foul. Blackburn with 10 team fouls. Nice backdoor cut. The pull-up jumper is no good. Dotlich tapped it around, lost it. Put back no good by Wyatt. And into the corner, Militello. He lost it. Blackburn with a new shot clock. Aldridge leans in. Boy, a tough shot off the glass. And it's finally pulled down by Brown. Blackburn had about 3 or 4 opportunities that trip down the floor. Rhodey wants someone to come up and set a screen. No one's coming up. Rhodey splits the double team, and a reach-in foul looks to be called on Jemiah Wyatt. So double bonus time here as Jake will come to the line here to shoot 2. Super bonus time. Rhodey with 5 points early on in this first half. 3-point lead for the Blue Jays. Make it a 4-point lead after Jake hits the free throw. One more coming for Rhodey. So Aldridge will have a seat here as Duncan King comes in for him. 2:33 left in the half. Rhodey's second free throw rolls around and out. Still a 4-point lead for the Blue Jays, 37-33. Here's Amos at the top of the key, gives it to Wagner. Wyatt at the elbow. Skip pass into the corner to Farrell. 8 to shoot. King into the corner. Wagner's 3 is no good. Another nice rebound by Derek Dotlich. Derek has done a nice job on the glass. Oh, check that. That was Militello who got the rebound, number 31. Out of bounds to the Beavers. 1:55 to go in the half, and coming into the game is Ryan Patton. Comes in for Derek Dotlich. 37-33, Blue Jays by 4. Blue Jays had the lead throughout the first half. Then in the middle of the half, the Beavers led by 3. And now the Blue Jays lead by 4, 37-33. King will take the triple and hit. Boy, tough shot by Duncan King. Rhodey with some pretty good pressure defense. Third triple of the half for Duncan King. And it's a 1-point Blue Jays lead, 37-36. Militello on the drive, into the lane. Gives it off to Thomas. Thomas will take the 15-footer and hit. What a nice first half for Levon Thomas, the sophomore. Strong performance Off the bench, Jeremy Ireland getting ready to check in. 39-36, Blue Jays by 3. Oh, nice drive, and going to the reverse is Wyatt. He got Thomas up into the air, and Jemiah going to the left hand to the reverse. Brings the Beavers to within 1, 39-38, 32nd timeout taken here. 1:02 left to play here in this first half. The first conference game of the year for Elmhurst will be on December 5th. They'll be on the road in Decatur against Milliken. That is a 7 o'clock tip-off. As a matter of fact, the first 2 conference games for the Blue Jays will be on the road. At Milliken on December 5th and in Kenosha against Carthage on December 8th. Both of those games are 7 o'clock tip-offs. Then their conference home opener will be on December 15th against North Park. That is a 4 o'clock tip-off here at R.A. Fagnall Hall. Farrell back into the game, number 13 for Blackburn, as we are under a minute to go here in this first half, 39-38. So the Beavers averaging 99 points per game. Blue Jays doing a pretty good job defensively on them. Nice take by Ryan Patton. He was fouled by Duncan King. Oh no, check that. That's going to be on Wyatt. For Jemiah Wyatt, his second. And so it'll be Ryan Patton with 2 free throws. Ryan looking to get on the scoreboard here tonight. Looking to become the 8th Blue Jay to score. And he does. Will Pierce back in the game. Carson Hayes also returns. Bryson Kirby out there. Amos and Duncan King for the Beavers. Second free throw by Patton is no good. Kirby got the rebound. 2-point lead. Blue Jays 40. Beavers 38. Pierce will hand it off. Hayes will take the triple and hit. Hayes' third triple. Both Hayes and King each have 3 3-balls. And the Beavers take the 1-point lead. No shot clock. 15 seconds left on the game clock. Rhodey will hold it. Arthur Jackson, number 5, into the game for the Blue Jays. Rhodey with 5 in the half. 5 seconds to go. Rhodey leans in, takes the shot. Back to the iron, no good. Tapped out of bounds by Militello with 0.4 seconds remaining in the half. Still an opportunity for the Beavers to catch and shoot. Maracus is going to apply pressure on the inbounds passer, Bryson Kirby. 41-40 in favor of Blackburn College. Kirby. Baseball pass is going to go out of bounds, so the Blue Jays will get the ball underneath their bucket, and they'll have a chance for perhaps a lob and to get a legitimate shot off here. And Coach Baines, yeah, he wants Jeremy Ireland back in. So his 2 big men, Ireland and Maracus, are into the game. Militello, Rhodey will inbound it. Ryan Patton also out there for the Blue Jays. 0.4 left, Rhodey. Alley-oop to Ireland and a count, no! Shot at the buzzer by Jeremy, no good. So an exciting first half of basketball here at R.A. Fagnall Hall. It's the Beavers of Blackburn College leading by 1 over the Blue Jays of Elmhurst, 41-40. We'll take a timeout and come back with the second half. You are logged on to BlueJayTV.com.
education is kind of in my family. My dad's a principal, and so I've seen that lifestyle, and I wanted to further education of students, and I really enjoy kids. And so that being said, I wanted to be a teacher and then coach as well. The elementary education program is very rigorous. You get out in the field, you have field experience starting your sophomore year. So your sophomore through senior year, you're always in the field learning. I think that's just like a huge advantage here at Elmhurst College to have you out in the field early, just because you have such almost like a leg up on everyone else that is going into that major as well, just because you're out there, and it takes 3 or 4 years to realize what the system of a school is. We're in schools all the time as students, but not necessarily as teachers, so it's a different point of view to see the whole school atmosphere. The professors, they're really great. They always email you right back, even in the evenings if you have questions on assignments and papers. The ratio in the class is there's 12 or 13 students per professor in a class period in the elementary education program. And so with that being said, you're not a number, you're a name. And that's something that I really, really like, and it definitely prepares you. They always push you in the classroom, they always push you on the court, off the court. Our coaches push us to do other things besides sports and our major, to get out in the community. And with all that being said, it's kind of a resume builder, and so that's how it pushes us to become more prepared for the real world. Our basketball team actually has weekly meetings in the fall with the Center for Professional Excellence, so they help us build resumes and help us, get our name out to people and businesses for internships and jobs and all that. I know that when the time comes, I feel like I'm going to be prepared just through the education that Elmhurst has provided and the skills that I've learned as well through sports and our studies.
Coming here as a Division III player, you're coming here to get your degree. We have some players that go on to be professional athletes. They've gone overseas, but that's not the norm. Our players are coming, they're finishing their playing careers here. And so whenever they're done, they're being prepared in something else other than just basketball. So for us, that's the student-athlete model. You come in, you're working hard. Our players put in as much time as a Division I player does, but it's because they want to be there. I know that from motivating our players, if they're coming to practice, I know that they're working hard because it's out of them, not just because we've got a dollar sign, they have to do it, this is how they have to stay in school. They don't have to be there. They're there because they're motivated to, they want to be a good team, they want to be a good player, and there's something that's special about that experience to me, coaching that player.
Welcome to the cultural season at Elmhurst College. Elmhurst is a place of values and conviction. We were founded by 19th century reformers who believed in human potential, loved learning, and had standards. More than 140 years later, we still do. We still attract students and teachers who want to think for themselves and act on principles, who challenge and respect one another, who engage, serve, and celebrate our diverse, dynamic, interdependent world. A few years ago, to be clear about things, we wrote down our core values. This year, we asked some of our students what those values mean to them.
Elmhurst College is unique in so many ways.
Here we really do have values, and my professors know the values, and they push me to be those values.
Stewardship and faith and community and service, and it really does bring in kind of a level of just interaction with values that you never go up before.
But as you kind of develop yourself over the years, you start to realize these values mean so much more, and you start to uncover the true meaning behind them.
You begin to see equivalencies between your life and the school, and then you discover that you're not just in a place of learning, you're also in a place of growing, you're in a place of maturity and value, exactly that, core values.
Intellectual excellence means allowing our minds to grow in ways that we've never thought they could before. It means exploring those new pathways, seeing how we could do things different. It means stepping outside of our box of what we know and what we're comfortable with and taking those risks to really grow and make things better. I think that's really the core of what intellectual excellence is.
The professors set the standard of intellectual excellence, and that rubs off on the students, and I feel like that's rubbed off on me.
You really have to push yourself. So to know that's actually a value here is pretty important because that's something I value on my own. So if my college values it as well, that means I really belong here.
To say that Elmhurst College values community, I think, is an understatement. I think Elmhurst College is community in so many ways.
Coming to Elmhurst College, a small college, it has to be about community.
It doesn't really matter who you are or where you've come from. Everyone here will just love you for who you are.
The fact that every individual and every unique person is allowed to be in an environment together and learn from each other and grow with each other.
Just the fact that it's smaller and that you form those one-on-one relationships, it encourages like creativity and questioning and all the things I wanted out of my college experience.
Social responsibility means caring for each individual as a person.
There are all these people and they're all more important than my general happiness as a single person.
You're not only trying to better yourself, but I feel like it also means it's your job that you better your community too.
Knowing that there's something larger than yourself and that you can play a part in making someone else's life better.
Taking what I learned from my family, that others come before me, and translating that into the entire world.
It's really awesome to be in a place where not only are you worrying about academics, but it's also teaching me how to be a better person.
To me, stewardship is just being responsible, really thinking about your actions.
If I'm going to say that, I believe in this philanthropy, I think we should do this, I need to follow through with my actions.
What I found coming to Elmhurst is that there are lots of people that feel the same way. So it was easy to find a group of people who were so engaged in service and so willing to help.
Kind of made me reflect on, what do I value in life? Why am I here? They really did kind of push me to the next level and make me think about that, and I think that I'm a better person for it.
Values really help shape identity. If you really don't understand your values, you're not really understanding a part of who you are.
I was more sheltered until I came here, and Elmhurst has really kind of made me step out of my comfort zone and learn more about what I want to do and what I believe in.
Places like the chaplain's office and the Niebuhr Center for Faith and Action give me safe places where I can go to discuss my faith and to discuss my values with people that I know, I trust, and people that I know I can count on to influence me and to lead me in the right direction.
You can never be forced out of your faith or forced into a different kind of faith as long as you're at Elmhurst, that you really are given the ability to take your pick and always have encouragement from your peers, never shunned or excluded or pressured into something else. There's always a place for you.
If you believe you're here on this earth for a reason, that's going to affect the way you live your life. That's going to affect the way you treat your academics, the way you treat your social life, the way you look at your future and the goals that you have. Those things seem like really big things, but all of that boils down to the way you live your everyday life.
We value
intellectual excellence,
community,
social responsibility,
stewardship,
faith, meaning, and values.
Elmhurst College is much more than buildings, courses, and credits. It's a supportive community of individuals who are committed to helping you reach your full potential. But don't take my word for it.
I visited a lot of schools, but when I came here, it was just I'm home.
As soon as I walked on campus, I felt like I could dive right in and get involved.
Getting involved is easy, especially in class. The average class here has just 17 students.
Every faculty and staff here just wants me to succeed.
I can go up to them and it's not just office hours. I'm here from 10:30 to 11:30. It's actually whenever you need help, my door's open.
There's a real connection that takes place. I'm frequently asked, what do I teach? I never say music. I teach people. Music's the vehicle.
It was great to see that rather than just teaching textbook material, they're actually giving you some industry insight.
I'm a vocalist. I'm out in the clubs performing. I'm touring in Europe and performing. So they see how their life can transition into that.
A lot of my friends from other universities, they don't get to be a part of undergraduate research, professional development at such an early stage.
They're truly there to help you and to build you and to make sure that you are amazing.
And at Elmhurst, you can be amazing all around, including on the field. Football is just one of 20 Division III sports.
We went straight to the Final Four of the nation, and that was a great way to come in and start off the season.
They're there because they're motivated to, they want to be a good team, they want to be a good player.
Wrestling wasn't my life.
I was able to go out and do a lot of different activities and get involved on campus.
We are allowed to be students, and we can be involved in a lot of other things.
How do you want to get involved? You'll have your choice at Elmhurst.
Our campus has over 100 clubs and organizations.
Whatever you want to do, there's something here for you to do.
Concert choir, the wind ensemble, gospel choir,
Habitat for Humanity, Global Poverty Club.
I'm an orientation student leader,
SGA,
Best Buddies.
Greek life at Elmhurst College is really focused on leadership and discovering who you really are.
To be part of all these different organizations and get to know all these amazing people is why I love Elmhurst.
You can also get to know the world beyond the campus. Elmhurst offers study abroad opportunities in 44 countries.
I studied abroad in Granada,
Holland, Germany, El Salvador,
Israel and Palestine,
Costa Rica,
Czech Republic.
Back at home, you'll enjoy all the advantages of our great location. Downtown Elmhurst is just a short walk from campus, and the Metro train will take you to the world-class city of Chicago in just 30 minutes. When it comes to career preparation, we've got you covered. Elmhurst will connect you with the people and the experiences you need to reach your full potential.
Elmhurst allows you to grow into the knowing, and I appreciate that there's a journey that we encourage. It's not just in one program or one department, it's threaded throughout everything that we do.
Elmhurst College pushes you to truly find who you are as a person and as a professional.
They will make sure no matter what your interests are, what your career path is, that there's going to be a resource on campus that is going to help you find that potential and then reach it.
I love when people ask me, okay, what can I do now that I'm here? I'm in the honors program, being a part of Union Board,
Best Buddies, Student Government, Debate Club,
Relay for Life, the Research Keystone program,
Greek Life,
Tri Beta,
Juggling Club,
Student Ambassadors.
Once you get here, there are plenty of things going on. Serving the community is such a huge part of being an Elmhurst College student.
Center for Professional Excellence has a whole department and team ready to help you get involved with community service.
I think one of my favorite ones would have to be when I joined Golden Crew. The organization itself focuses on pediatric cancer. We had like a whole scavenger hunt for them, and I dressed up as Batman and kind of helped lead them through the entire experience. And it was kind of really like a humbling thing.
Being able to plan homecoming the last 4 years, it was really honestly one of the best experiences I've had here.
I don't think I would have been this social or this confident if I wasn't part of the 10,000 things that I get the opportunity to be a part of every day.
The connections that you make on this campus, both in your academic classes as well as the different service organizations or just activities you get involved in, give you the opportunity to really get out there. Making those connections isn't something that's superficial. It's something that you get here as an experience. It's something that is going to carry on for the rest of your life.
Yeah, you're coming here to get a degree, but your 4 years in college aren't just defined by that. It's by all the things that you're involved in, and the people that you meet, and the way that you meet those people is by getting involved.
Welcome back to Blue Jay basketball. Halftime here from R.A. Fagnall Hall. It's the Beavers of Blackburn College leading the Blue Jays by 41-40. Mark Kruger, delighted to bring you all the action. We thank you for logging on to BlueJayTV.com. First half numbers, well, Blackburn launched 21 attempts from behind the arc. Connected on 10 of them. They were 10 of 21, 48% from behind the arc, 13 of 35 from the field. Meanwhile, the Blue Jays were 4 of 10 from behind the arc, 14 of 31 from behind the shooting for 45%. Leading scorers for Blackburn, both Hayes and King, each were 3 of 4 from behind the arc. They both had 9 points. Nigel Farrell had 7. Rashawn Amos had 6. Meanwhile, for the Blue Jays, 2 players in double figures. Derek Dotledge was 4 of 7 from the field. He had 10 first half points. Meanwhile, Levon Thomas was 3 of 7 from the field, but he got to the foul line 5 times. He was 4 of 5 from the free throw line for 10 points. By the way, Thomas also had 6 rebounds in that first half. Blue Jays out-rebounded the Beavers in the first half, 26-16. Elmhurst with 8 turnovers. Blackburn with just 2 turnovers in the first half. So a well-played first half. It will be Blue Jay ball to start the second half. Starting 5 out there for John Baines, Jake Rohde, Ryan Patton, Derek Dotlich, Jeremy Ireland, and Pavlos Marakis. Starting 5 also out there for Blackburn, Pierce Hayes, King Farrell, and Christian Wagner. So we're ready to go here, and the second half is underway from R.A. Fagin Hall. Blue Jays looking to go 2-0 on the young season. Rohde will pull up and hit. Good start for Jake. 8 points now for Jake Rohde, coming off of that 28-point performance against Benedictine University on Saturday. 3-ball by Pierce is good. Will was shut out in the first half, but he hits the triple here to start the second half, and now a 5-second violation. Good defense by the Beavers, and Elmhurst turns it over. 9th turnover of the game for Elmhurst, and it's 44-42 Beavers. And a steal by Rohde. Jake into the front court, 2-on-2, pulls up from behind the arc, shoots it, no good. Ireland's put back is good. So Jeremy Ireland hitting the offensive glass. He now has 7. And we're tied at 44. That triple attempt is no good by Farrell. And the put-in is good by Jeremy Ireland. A couple of quick buckets by Ireland. He's got 9. And the Blue Jays lead by 2, 46-44. Jeremy running the floor nicely, getting the bucket in transition. Minute and a half gone by here in this second half. Farrell kicks it out. Hayes for 3. No good, and a strong rebound by Dotlich. Derek Dotlich, who had 5 rebounds in the first half, comes up with his 6th rebound of the game. Blue Jays by 2. Rohde doesn't want the screen by Pavlos. And a foul will be called here against Nigel Farrell. First team foul of the half, and it's the first personal against Nigel. And into the game replacing Pierce is Jemiah Wyatt, number 21. Wyatt guarding Marakis right now. Patton with the bounce pass into Ireland, and Ireland missed the shot, but I think that's what the Blue Jays need to do. Pound it inside to Jeremy, pound it inside to Pavlos, and then when Levon gets into the game, pound it inside to him. 46-44 Blue Jays. Farrell on the drive and the kick out. The 3-ball by Wagner is good. Christian Wagner, his first 3 points of the game. So Pierce and Wagner were both shut out in the first half. Both of them coming up with triples here to start the second half for the Beavers. It's a 1-point Blackburn lead. Rohde will try for the triple, front of the rim, no good. Hayes with the rebound. Carson quickly into the front court. Farrell, good defense by Patton. Hayes leans in off the glass, no, tapped around. Dotlich got the rebound. 7th rebound for Dotlich. Marakis on the drive, going to the reverse. Can't get it to go, tapped around. Dotlich blocked from behind by Wyatt, and it goes out of bounds too. Well, they're going to call a foul, actually. Ryan Patton will get called with the foul. John Safranek with the call. Well, now they're going to change it. I think they're going to call. There's a timeout on the field, a timeout on the court. Okay, they're putting up a new 30-second shot clock is what it wanted. So the foul is indeed on Ryan Patton, his first. Timeout taken here. 16:49 remaining here in the second half. Good non-conference battle. The Blue Jays out of the CCIW, Blackburn out of the St. Louis Intercollegiate Athletic Conference. after this game for the Beavers, they'll be on the road. They'll be at McMurray on November 28th, 7:30 tip-off, and they'll be at home on December 1st against Westminster from Missouri. That's a 3 o'clock tip-off, so both teams at home on December 1st. Mentioned earlier, Elmhurst will be here at R.A. Fagenal Hall on December 1st against University of Wisconsin Oshkosh. Tip-off is at 4 o'clock on that particular day. Of course, you can always log on to BlueJayTV.com, but circle the calendar and come on out to R.A. Fagenal Hall and watch the Blue Jays in person. It's a good group this year. A lot of guys back from last year, maturing, a little bit more experienced. Exciting brand of basketball. They find themselves trailing by 1, however, to the visiting Beavers of Blackburn College. Beavers with the ball. 47-46. Blackburn now with 12 converted 3 balls in this game so far. The drive by Farrell, and he traveled. So a rare turnover, only the 3rd turnover for Blackburn, and now Levon Thomas, who had 10 points in the first game, comes into the game. Averaged 8.5 points last year, along with 4 rebounds in the 16 games that he played for the Blue Jays. And now pressure in the backcourt by the Beavers. Rhodey gives it off to Patton, up ahead to Dotledge. Beavers man-to-man defensively. Dotledge inside to Thomas. Thomas going to work. Oh, beautiful bounce pass, and Rhodey with the layup. Thomas with the assist. Jake now in double figures with 10, and the Blue Jays lead by 1 as we go back and forth. 48-47. Oh, beautiful spin move by King. King back with the ball now, driving. Rhodey goes to the floor, and it's an offensive foul. Duncan King with the foul, his 2nd. Good defense by Jake, moving his feet, and got called for the offensive foul on King. Jay Militello, the freshman, into the game here for the Blue Jays. And a whistle before this one gets inbounded, and oh, they want a fresh 30-second shot clock, and they get it. 15:47 remaining here in regulation. Glad to have you logged on to BlueJayTV.com. Mark Kruger bringing you all the action. Ireland with the ball now to Dotledge. Militello taking it strong in the hoop, and he lays it in. Boy, Jay Militello, I've been impressed with his play here. The freshman from Elmwood Park, Illinois. Fenwick Friars, great program there. Farrell into the lane, and he travels. So a couple of turnovers in the last couple of moments here by the Beavers. Amos back into the game along with Kirby for Blackburn. Blue Jays lead it by 3, 50-47. Dotledge will inbound again, full pressure, full court pressure by the Beavers. Rhodey gets it across the timeline. Wants a clear out. Now veers over to the right. Picks up his dribble. Ireland down on the block. Jeremy leans in, puts up a tough shot. Ball is loose. Hayes comes up with it in the corner for the Beavers. Hayes into the front court. Hayes will pull up and take the triple and bury it. His 4th triple of the game. He's got 12. We mentioned he averages 28 points per game, and we're tied at 50. Boy, oh boy, whenever he crosses half court, you're going to have to get up on him. Quite the shooter. Deadlocked at 50. 14.5 minutes left to play here in the second half. Rhodey will pull up, back of the iron, no good. Hayes got the rebound. Hayes quickly on the drive, kicks it out. Into the corner is Kirby. Inside to Wyatt, and he lays it in. Wyatt with 6. Looking over at John Baines. He's not burning a timeout. Beavers by 2, 52-50. Brody into the front court, guarded by Amos. Bounce pass to Ireland. Dotlich will take the triple. Rimming, no. Rhodey went over the back. And Jake will get called for his second. It's the second team foul. Both teams with 2 team fouls. Maracas back into the game for the Blue Jays. Nick Perry, the sophomore, out of Flossmoor, Illinois, comes into the game. Went to Hinsdale South, former Hornet. Kirby to inbound here for the Beavers. Gets it into Aldridge. Aldridge right back to Kirby. Back to Aldridge. Into the game for Blackburn, number 35, Bastian Seiler. And we're going to have an offensive foul here. This one is going to be on number 21, Jemiah Wyatt, his third. So an offensive foul on the Beavers, and quickly Will Pierce hops off the bench, and he'll come in for Wyatt, who steps out with the 3 fouls. Beavers by 2, 52-50. 3 of their 4 field goals here in the second half have been 3 balls. They now have 13 converted 3 balls in this game. Thomas into the corner. Top, Perry, his 3-ball, no. Maracas got it, but his right foot stepped, well, I thought his right foot stepped out of bounds. But they're saying it's going to be Blue Jay basketball. And do we get a new fresh shot clock? Shot clock is at 29 right now. And it looks like the shot clock is going to remain at 29. Perry with the bounce pass into Militello. Militello pulls up. Skip pass over to Perry. Maracas double team. Inside to Thomas, who puts it in off the glass. Well, Levon Thomas again using his wide body beautifully to create space and getting the shot off. A dozen now for Thomas. Inside to Pierce, kicks it out to Kirby. Into the corner is Amos, and this will be a backcourt if it's touched, and it is, so it'll be a backcourt violation. Another turnover for the Beavers, and we're tied at 52. Again, the Beavers with just 2 turnovers in the entire first half. They've got at least 3 here in the second half. Inside to Militello. Beautiful move by Jay. And Militello now with 8 points off the bench for Coach Baines. Pressure in the backcourt by Perry. Aldridge gets it across. 54-52. Blue Jays by 2. Inside to Pierce, and he has it blocked by Perry. Wow, Nick Perry, all 5'11" of him, blocked the shot by 6'5" Will Pierce. 13 on the shot clock for the Beavers. 54-52, Blue Jays by 2. This is Amos with 6 on the clock. Amos picks up his dribble. Aldridge. Pierce with 2, and he loses it. Perry comes away with it for Elmhurst. Another turnover for the Beavers. A nice bounce pass. Thomas to Maracas. Couldn't quite handle it. And the Blue Jays turn it back over. 8 minutes gone by here in this second half. Exciting Blue Jay basketball. Mark Kruger delighted to bring you the action. The visiting Beavers of Blackburn College. Beavers with the ball trailing by 2. Pierce for the lead. Back to the iron, no. Offensive rebound though, they kick it right back out. This is Kirby, his 3-ball back to the iron. And another offensive rebound by Seiler. Seiler with a couple of offensive rebounds on this possession. Aldridge puts it up, skims the front of the rim, not a very good shot. And Maracas gets double teamed and will get fouled in the backcourt. Seiler with the foul. Seiler, by the way, is from France. So you've got Seiler from France, and for the Blue Jays, Marakis is from Greece. And a timeout taken. 11:19 remaining here in this ball game. It is 54-52 in favor of the Blue Jays. We've been stuck on those numbers for a couple of moments here. The Blue Jays, all of their field goals in the second half, all 7 of them, have been the conventional 2-point field goals. Meanwhile, the Beavers, 3 of 4 of their field goals have been from downtown. As I mentioned, 13 made 3-point field goals by the Beavers. Leading the way for Blackburn is Carson Hayes, their leading scorer. He has 12. King with 9. And Farrell has 7. Meanwhile, the leading scorer for the Blue Jays is Levon Thomas with a dozen. Jake Rohde has 10. Jeremy Ireland with 9. And Jay Militello, the freshman off the bench, with 8 points in this game. Derek Dotlich, as I don't know if I mentioned, Derek with 10. Derek has yet to score here in this second half. So a pretty balanced attack offensively for the Blue Jays. Elmhurst leading by 2. It'll be Ryan Patton to inbound it. And it's going to be some token pressure in the backcourt by Amos. Nick Perry has the ball now. Into the front court, Militello. Skip pass over to Patton. Patton splits the defenders. Tries to whip the ball inside to Marakis. And they turn the ball over, or there's a foul. Yeah, it looks like Marakis picked up the foul. 54-52 still, and now we got a whistle and a foul. Fouls on Jay Militello. His first, it's the 4th team foul. Each team with 4 team fouls here in the second half, and another whistle. This one away from the ball. Who is this one on? It's going to be an offensive foul. It'll be on Aldridge. And for Chans, that is foul number 3 on the freshman, as you saw the foul there, as Amos popped out in the corner. A little half-court trap here by the Beavers. Militello, nice skip pass over to Rohde. Up top to Perry. Inside to Thomas. Thomas going to work, tapping it off the glass. No, and it's Aldridge coming away with it for the Beavers. Aldridge, here's Amos, his 3-ball. Front of the iron, no good. Perry went high to get the rebound. Oh, Nick makes a beautiful move into the lane, kicks it out. Militello wasn't there, up top to Rohde. Perry now with the ball, still 54-52. Been about 3 or 4 game clock minutes. It's the last time anybody has scored here. And the Blue Jays turn it over. So a drought for both teams offensively here. Under 10 minutes to go. We're more than halfway through the second half. Kirby on the drive. Coming over and getting the block is Marakis. Great job by Pavlos. Great help defense, and he gets the block. Still a 2-point lead for the Blue Jays. The Beavers led by 1 at halftime. There's a 3-ball good by Jake Rohde. 13 now for Jake, and he has the game-high scoring honors right now. Again, Jake with that 28-point performance on Saturday against Benedictine University. Blue Jays by 5. Kirby answers with a triple. Bryson's second triple of the game, and it's 57-55. Blue Jays by 2. Elmhurst has done a nice job against that half-court trap of the Beavers. Getting it into Thomas, makes the move. Thomas over the front of the rim and in. Thomas now with 14. He is now the leading scorer for the Blue Jays. Aldridge from the free throw line, no good. Tapped around, Kirby got the rebound. 3-ball attempt is good by Seiler. His first points of the game, and it's a triple. Beavers are within 1, 59-58. 15 triples by the Beavers in this game. Rudy connects on the three. Now both teams who have been in a drought the last couple of minutes starting to heat up a little bit now. 16 for Jake Roney. He is now the game high scorer. Aldridge into the corner. That 3-ball is no good by Amos. Hold on, folks. We're going to be in for a good finish. 7:40 remaining in the game. Blue Jays by 4. Perry, here's Rhodey. Perry on the penetration. Perry shovels it off to Thomas. Thomas trying to go up with it. It was knocked out of bounds nicely by Kirby. Boy, the Blue Jays are getting penetration out of that trapping zone defense. Doing a great job. Now wholesale substitutions here. A bit of a line change for Blackburn College. Tim Marston into the game. King back in. Wagner back in. Hayes is back in as well. Oh, dangerous pass, and King sort of undercut Perry just a little bit, and King is going to pick up the foul, his third. It's the 6th team foul. 62-58. The Blue Jays, by the way, very good free throw shooting team. So they will welcome the bonus here, the next foul against the Beavers. 6 team fouls for Blackburn, 4 team fouls for Elmhurst. Rhodey getting the ball at the top. Maracas. Bounce pass, and it looked like Ireland, he shuffled just a little bit. Jeremy anxious to make the move. Shuffled his feet just a little bit. Take another look at it here. Yep. So it's still 62-58 as we approach the 7-minute mark of this one. Here's Hayes. Dotlich on him. Hayes, jump stop off the glass and in. Carson Hayes with 14. And a steal. Nice steal by Farrell. And he goes up with it. Blocked by Perry to the left hand. Wagner. So the Beavers get the steal off the pressure, and we're tied at 62. So that pressure in the backcourt paying off, and they get another steal. Here's Hayes. Boy, the Blue Jays back-to-back turnovers here. And now King wants to slow things up here. 62-62. Pressure D turnovers by the Beavers. King on the drive, and he was fouled by Derek Gottlich, and Derek not liking that call. Let's take another look at it here. King working around the screen, makes the move, and Gottlich, boy, he got all ball, but he may have gotten it down by the waist area. A little body contact for Derek, his first personal. So now 2 free throws for Duncan King. First trip to the line for Duncan tonight, and he rattles it home. King now in double figures with 10. Him and Hayes are the 2 Beavers in double figures. That breaks the tie. Blackburn by 1. King makes both free throws. King with 11. Militello back into the game. 2-point lead for the Beavers. Blue Jays having trouble here the last couple possessions, breaking this full court pressure of the Beavers. Now they get it to Rhodey, and well, I was going to say they clear out, but looks like Wagner comes over, to double team. And Rhodey tried to bounce pass it to Dotlich, and they turn it over again. Boy, the Blue Jays, they're unraveling a bit here. Another turnover. Blue Jays find themselves trailing by 2, just under 6 minutes to go in the game. Hayes behind the back dribble. Hayes, he just lost it off his knee, and it'll go to the Blue Jays. Break there for the Elmhurst. We'll take it. Blue Jays with the ball trailing by 2. Militello will inbound it. He gets it into Rhodey. Watch it, Jake, because you're going to get double teamed here. Crosses half court. Well, they haven't double teamed him yet. Started by Hayes. Militello here on the near side. They tried to get it inside. It's stolen by Tim Marston. Boy, another turnover for the Blue Jays. They've played so well up until the last couple of moments when they've turned the ball over numerous times here. Going baseline is Hayes, and Thomas pushed him a little bit. I thought maybe Hayes stepped on the end line, but no luck. The call by John Safranek. So Thomas with the block, his second personal foul. It's the 6th team foul. Both teams with 6 team fouls here. 5:14 left. Kirby to inbound. Both teams will be shooting 1 in the bonus. Knocked away near steal. Wyatt, turnaround fade, tough shot. Rhodey got the rebound. 5 minutes left in regulation. Blue Jays trying to go 2-0 on the young season. 4:50 remaining in regulation. Blue Jays trying to tie or trying to take the lead on a triple. Here's for the lead, Rhodey. And Dotlich tried to grab it, went off of his hand. John Baines wants to talk things over. .441 remaining. If you're wondering, Blue Jays this season, and of course they've only had 1 game, but they're 75% free throw shooting as a team. Blackburn 71% as a team. So Elmhurst trailing by 2. 16 points for Jake Rhodey, 14 for Levon Thomas coming off the bench. Dotlich with 10, Ireland with 9, Militello with 8. Leading the way for the Beavers is Carson Hayes with 14. Duncan King with 11. Nigel Farrell with 7. Rashawn Amos with 6. King held to just 2 free throws here in the second half. King averages over 19 points per game. Elmhurst has done a nice job of breaking that half-court trap. They got it down low to Levon Thomas several times. We'll see if the Beavers continue to do that. 4:35 remaining. Beavers with the ball leading by 2. King to Wyatt. Oh, stripped loose, but Wyatt got it, but he was out of, but he was fouled. Wyatt had it, he was out of bounds, but he was pushed by Militello. Let's take another look at it here. There's the loose ball. Wyatt, and he was fouled from behind by Militello. Jay, just an aggressive play, was going after the ball. for Jay, his second, and so now it's the 7th-team foul, so 1 and the bonus for Jemiah Wyatt. Wyatt is 2 for 2, a couple of free throws early on in this game. 6 points for Wyatt. Beavers 2 for 2 in the second half from the free throw line, and now they're 3 for 3 as Wyatt hits the free throw. Interestingly, Elmhurst has yet to shoot a free throw in the second half. Beavers by 3. Chance to go up by 4 if Wyatt hits this free throw. Misses it. Still a 1-possession game. Dotlich got the rebound. Double team in the corner. Derek dribbles out of it and he was fouled. Foul is going to be on Wyatt, his 3rd, and that's the 7th-team foul. So now it'll be 1 in the bonus here for the Blue Jays. As I mentioned, Derek Dotlich, an excellent free throw shooter, an 84% free throw shooter a year ago. He will have 1 and the bonus. He's 0 for 1 from the free throw line here tonight. And he misses that one. Ireland tried to tip it back. Thomas with the putback, yes. So Levon Thomas and Ireland tapping it around on the offensive end. Thomas gets the field goal, 16 for Thomas. And the Blue Jays are within 1. 4 minutes remaining here in regulation. King gives it out to Kirby. Kirby's hits 3, hits the back of the iron. Beavers get another chance though. Long shots usually get long rebounds. Here's a 3-ball attempt. That one is good by Duncan King. King's 4th triple of the night. He's got 14. And the Beavers lead by 4, 68-64. 3.5 left. Not a must score here for all. It went through the hands of Dotlich. I'm not sure if it was deflected by Kirby. See if we can take another look at it here as Dotlich pops out. Kirby was on him. And it went off the fingertips of Derek Dotlich. Boy, another turnover for the Blue Jays. And now Blackburn with the ball, leading by 4. Hayes on the dribble drive, and we've got, what's the call? A blocking foul against the Blue Jays. Another look at it here is before the shot, so it's the 8th team foul, so it'll be 1 and a bonus here for Carson Hayes, who has yet to come to the free throw line here tonight. Foul, by the way, was on Thomas, his 3rd. 14 for Hayes, and now he's got 15. Leading scorer is Hayes now with the 15. King has 14. Pierce back in, replacing Wyatt. Boy, oh boy. The Beavers looking for their biggest lead. 6-point lead for the Beavers. 70-64. A little over 3 minutes remaining here in the game. Rhodey gets it across half court. Popping out is Dotlich. Rhodey doesn't go there. Instead, he drives, penetrates, bounce pass to Thomas. Thomas lays it in. 18 for Levon Thomas. That's what you need to do. Penetrate, create easy opportunities. Pavlos Marakis, the big man out of Athens, Greece, back in the game. He replaces Ireland. So it's 70-66. Beavers by 4, and they've got the ball. 2:40 remaining. Blue Jays looking for a stop here. 2.5 minutes left in regulation. What a game it's been. We are glad you logged on to BlueJayTV.com. Mark Kruger delighted to bring you all the action here tonight. Shot clock down to 5. Hayes put up a 3. Oh, and he hits. A huge three by Carson Hayes. His 5th triple of the game, and it's 73-66. Maracas down on the block, too strong off the glass. His putback is good. Only the 2nd field goal of the night from Pavlos, and John Baines wants a timeout here. Not sure whether he wants a full or a 30. I think he wants to know how many he's got left, and they're figuring it out here. Kevin Jude, the director of sports information here at Elmhurst, is telling the officials how many 30s and how many fulls Elmhurst has left. But a huge three. Carson Hayes was fading away, and he knocked down the triple. He's got 19. Had 9 in the first half. It's 73-68. The lead is 5 for the Beavers. Wow. Great finish here from R.A. Fagnall Hall. Well, this is the type of competition that John Baines wants for his non-conference games, to get geared up for the tough CCIW. And for the Blue Jays, their conference opener will start on the road at Milliken in Decatur on December 5th. That is a 7 o'clock tip-off. 73-68. You see the score at the bottom of your screen. Well, there was about a 4-minute stretch. Remember that the Beavers applied the pressure. They got 2 back-to-back turnovers. And then the Blue Jays had a couple of more turnovers in that 3 or 4 minute stretch. You take away those 3 or 4 minutes, and the Blue Jays have played awful well here tonight. Perry into the game. So you've got Rhodey, Perry, Militello, Thomas, and Derek Dotlich. Good quick defensive unit out there for the Blue Jays, trying to create a steal. And now full court pressure. Here's Farrell giving it up to King, and what's the call? I think a timeout. Coach Kohler wants and gets a timeout. Pressure in the backcourt by the Blue Jays. The Beavers were in trouble. Right there was the double team, and they call a timeout. Good call by Coach Steve Kohler, the head coach of the Beavers. Blackburn calling a timeout, 1:53 left. Now, there's 24 seconds on the shot clock, so 6 seconds have gone off. So the Beavers, they have 4. Well, we'll see if they get the ball at half court. But my thought was they still have 4 more seconds to get it over half court. And where are they going to get the ball here? Well, they're going to get the ball right in front of John Baines. 1:53 left. Kirby will inbound it. Dotlich guarding him. They line 3 guys up in a line for the Beavers. Pierce is the guy back into the front court. And poked away by Perry, and it's a steal. Thomas. He puts the clamps on it, gives it off to Perry. Perry will bring it out and give to Rhodey. 25 in the shot clock. Blue Jays with the ball trailing by 5. Rhodey leans in, throws up a wild shot, looking to draw the foul. Did not. Kirby got the rebound. Clock starting to become a factor now. 1.5 minutes left. Hayes into the front court. Here's King, and they're going to wind down the clock as much as they can. Shot clock down to 13. King making the move. Shot clock at 5. King, scoop shot. Missed. Dotlich got the rebound. He goes down on the floor, and he traveled. Oh, no, wait a minute. The outside official is coming in and overriding the call. I think they're going to call Pierce with the foul before Dotlich went to the ground. Or that might be the reason why Dotlich went to the ground, is because he was fouled by Pierce. Indeed, the foul is on Will, his second, and so Dotlich to the line. It's only the 9th team foul, so it'll be 1 in the bonus. Well, check that. It's the 8th team foul. So 1 and the bonus. Derek, a very good free throw shooter. I mentioned last year 84% on the year, but he's 0 for 2 from the foul line tonight. He makes the first. Derek with 11. This to make it a 1-possession game, folks. 1:07 left. The Blue Jays with just 1 timeout left. Dotlich hits both free throws. It's a 3-point game. And Blackburn burning a timeout. The Beavers have 2 left. So 2 timeouts remaining now for Blackburn. 1 timeout left for Elmhurst. Dotlich now, by the way, with a dozen. .67 seconds left to play. And John Baines, we'll see if he continues to apply that full court pressure. It seems to bother the Beavers a little bit. (73-70). Leading scorer for the Blue Jays is Levon Thomas, who came off the bench. 18 points tonight for Thomas. Jake Rohde is the second leading scorer with 16. Dotlich with 12. Militello with 8. And Jeremy Ireland with 9. Good finish tonight here in Elmhurst. The Blue Jays and the Beavers. Beavers trying to get to the 500 mark. 1 and 2 coming into tonight. They won their season opener in overtime, defeating St. Louis Pharmacy 123-118. And then 2 straight losses against DePaul with a W. And then they lost at Illinois College. The Beavers averaging 99 points per game coming into tonight. And again, the Blue Jays now with full court pressure. Oh, went off. Oh, I thought it went off of Kirby. But it's still going to be Beavers basketball here. 3 seconds off the clock. 1:03 left. Farrell, guarded by Perry. Up ahead to King as they get it across half court. King double team. Rohde has this loose ball, and now what's the call? Blackburn calls a timeout. Oh my. Hayes was down on the floor. Jake Rohde thought he had tied him up. Rohde thought it should have been a jump ball, but Hayes, apparently when he got possession of the ball down on the floor, Blackburn called a timeout. The timeout may have come from the bench. So Blackburn calls a timeout. The Beavers now with just 1 timeout left. Each team with 1 timeout remaining. Wow, the Blue Jays almost had that ball back. 52 and 9/10 seconds remaining. Both teams obviously getting after it here in the final 52 seconds. It's going to be Blackburn ball. There's going to be 16 seconds. You see the 16 just to the right of the how much time is left in the game at the bottom of your screen there. That's how much the Beavers have left to shoot. Oh, man. 1 possession game here, 73-70. The Beavers led by 1 at halftime, 41-40. Well, it's been a 1-2 scoring combination for both teams. Both Hayes and King, kind of your 1-2 punch. And for the Blue Jays, it's been Thomas and Rohde, your 1-2 punch. All right, it'll be Hayes to inbound it here for the Beavers. Dotlich will apply the pressure on Hayes. Again, 16 seconds to shoot. Hayes still looking, gets it into Kirby. Right back to Hayes. Here's Kirby. Shot clock down to 10. Hayes looks up at the clock. against Dotlich. Hayes on the drop. Up top, Farrell will take the three with 1 on the shot clock. He missed it, ball is loose. Hayes tracks it down, though, and he gives it off to King and a foul. Oh, my. Again, a long field goal attempt, that 3-ball. It hit the rim, went out long, and Hayes got it, and before he went out of bounds, he threw the ball back into King, and so now King was fouled. It's the 9th team foul, 1 and the bonus for Duncan King. He's 2 for 2 from the foul line. Buries a big free throw. And that makes it a 4-point lead and obviously a 2-possession game. There's 1 7/10 of a second differential. See if the Blue Jays try to get a quick score here and a timeout. Second free throw by King is good. Wow. Duncan King with some clutch free throws. 16 points on the night for Duncan King, the senior out of Peoria, Illinois. Went to Peoria Richwoods High School, a great program down there. So it's the Blue Jays with the ball trailing now by 5. Really no need to launch up a 3 unless it's a good look. Perry on the drive, Perry off the glass and in. So there's the bucket and a timeout by Elmhurst. John Baines calls his final timeout of the game. Nick Perry, his first field goal of the game, makes it a 1-possession game again. 75-72. 21 and 6/10 seconds. Obviously no shot clock left. Oh my. Interesting how John Baines wants to play this, if he wants to stop the clock or if he wants to just try to play tough defense and try to create a steal. Plenty of time left with 21 and 6/10 seconds remaining. And of course, if you're the Beavers, you want to get it into the hands of either number 2 Hayes or number 11 King. Both of those players are a perfect combined 6 for 6 from the free throw line. Jemiah Wyatt is 3 of 4 from the free throw line, and Chance Aldridge is also 3 for 4 from the foul line. The Beavers have only had 4 players get to the foul line tonight, but I'm sure they want the ball in the hands of either Hayes or King. King is a senior, Hayes is a junior. Of course, the Blue Jays trying to create the pressure, trying to get a 5-second call or perhaps a steal off the inbound. Thomas is a center fielder. He is back deep. You've got Militello, Dotlich, Rohde, and Perry applying the pressure in the backcourt here. Farrell will inbound it for the Beavers. Here we go. Farrell gets it into King, and there's the foul immediately by Rohde. King is 4 for 4 from the foul line. For Jake, that's his 3rd. Well, that is also the 10th team foul, so it's going to be a double bonus here, as King will get 2 free throws. So it will not be a 1-and-1 situation, it will be 2 free throws. Doesn't matter for King. Boy, he is smooth at the foul line. He is now 5 for 5 from the foul line. It is a 4-point lead. Ryan Patton, good shooter, in for Thomas. 20 seconds left. Second free throw by King is good. How about the Beavers' free throw shooting in the second half? 9 of 10. 77-72, 5-point lead. Rohde for 3. Yes! No timeouts left for the Blue Jays, and they foul right away. Good foul by Dotlich. He fouls Hayes. So Jake Rohde nailing the triple, and that brings the Blue Jays to within 2, 77-75. Dotlich fouling immediately. stops the clock with 11 and 6/10 seconds to go. It'll be Carson Hayes to shoot 2. 19 points for Hayes. He will have 2 foul shots. And I'm not sure what the holdup is here. All right, Hayes with the 2 free throws. First one is good. They were changing the amount of time left on the clock. They change it now to 13 seconds. Beavers continue to knock down their foul shots here in the second half. 3-point lead. Again, this to make it a 2-possession game. And he hits. Wow. 11 of 12, the Beavers from the foul line in the second half. Blue Jays out of timeouts, trailing by 4. Brody takes it all the way. Left-handed layup is good. Brings the Blue Jays to within 2. 79-77, need to foul. And there's the foul again on Hayes. Hayes looking for an intentional, but he's not going to get it. It's either Dotledge or Perry on the foul. Hayes is talking to the official, but he's not going to get the call. And the foul is going to be on Perry. His third. So it'll be Hayes back to the line for 2 more free throws. It is currently a 2-point lead. Need him to miss at least 1. The lead is 3. .22 on the night for Carson Hayes. Make it 23, and it's a 2-possession game, 81-77. Brody quickly ahead, leans in, and as he kicks it out of bounds. Oh, they're giving the ball to the Blue Jays. Boy, that was a gift. I thought Brody kicked the ball. 1 and 7 seconds left. Get it in, Brody, the 3-ball, tried to draw the contact, but that will do it. The Beavers come away with the road victory, 81-77 over the Blue Jays of Elmhurst College. So it was a hard-fought game, but the Blue Jays are coming up a little bit short. They lose by 4, 81-77. The Beavers are now 500 at 2-2. The Blue Jays also at the 500 mark, 1-1. Well, leading the way for the Beavers was Carson Hayes. He had 23. Duncan King with 18. Jemiah Wyatt and Nigel Farrell each had 7 points in the ball game for the Beavers. As far as the Blue Jays are concerned, Jake Rohde had 21. Derek Dotledge had 12. Jeremy Ireland had 9. And Levon Thomas had 18 points. Jay Militello had 8 for the Blue Jays. So that'll do it here from R.A. Fagnall Hall. Again, the final score, 81-77. Blackburn with the victory. We thank you so much for logging on. Mark Ruder saying so long from R.A. Fagnall Hall. You are logged on to BlueJayTV.com. So long, everybody.